there's been a big announcement this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you're aware.
I'm aware.
You're aware.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Haddish said that her and Jason Lee's child is not theirs.
Yeah, that was big news.
Yeah, that went threw me for a loop. No, I kid. Of course, you know, the big announcement was that the content couple that got hit by the SUV when they were eating lived. They survived.
Yeah, they survived. And that was
You see that?
gigantic news.
That was crazy, right? Wow.
Yes.
Like, now if they did fake that, they're going a little too far.
Right. Some people will do that.
Yeah, man. So let me stop messing with y'all and get to the big announcement that, of course, we all know I'm talking about. The CEO of Target,
Right.
is decided to step down. Did you see this?
Yeah,
This is
I
big.
mean,
It's a big
talk
announcement,
about
Nate. This
the
is huge.
biggest news ever.
Such a big announcement. I'm kind of proud of this. I feel bad saying that. Do you know the Target situation?
I know a little bit about it.
So, yeah, for those who may not be familiar, Target got themselves into some trouble. And I believe it started when they decided to take some LGBT stuff off the shelf, claim that it was for the safety of their employees. But obviously a lot of people felt differently, stopped supporting. And then in more recent times, they did away with DEI immediately after what Trump said. And so people started to protest. And so much so that their sales have now been so low that the CEO has decided to step down. And I feel like it's a win for some. I'll say that.
That is true. That's very true.
Now, while that's important, I don't think that was the actual target. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to the announcement that I actually do want to respond to. And I finally feel like it's time for me to respond to the listeners as well. And, well, I'm going to put Nate on the hot seat.
Oh.
She is unaware
Okay.
that is going to happen. I want to have fun with this segment. It's like a show I used to watch called Moment of Truth. And they would
Okay.
just ask you really tough, hot seat questions.
Okay. Jeez. Okay.
And yeah, it's going to be a good time for everybody except you.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to let you put me on the hot seat too, though.
okay. I'll do that. I'll do that.
That is Nate. I am Mo. Welcome to In the Moment.
All right, mic check. Yeah, hey, look, check. I'm in the moment. They try to hold me down, I just re-up and then I just reload it. Yeah, hey, look, just stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. If they try to hold you down, you just re-up and then you just reload it. Yeah.
Now, well, as always, I want to get started with how are you?
Okay. I'm good. I'm really good. As I say every week, everything's good.
Everything's good. Okay. I am doing well. I'm definitely going through some mixed emotions right now. And I know there's a ton of questions, and so many of the supporters and listeners want to know some things and want to know what's really going on. And I respect that. And like I told y'all last week, I promise I plan to share my story when the time is right, when it's right to share it. And I will share it. I'll share it on my platforms. I'll certainly share it on Patreon. But I do want to say it's been really nice to feel all this love.
I saw the comments.
You did.
For once, I finally read the comments.
So I don't read the comments. I read some of them. I try to stay informed as much as I can, but you know, sometimes the comments take you to a place you don't want to really go. But I could not avoid the comments because when I think I'm avoiding the comments, I trust my friends and family that I can check my text, and then their text are the comments. Everybody is sending me what everyone is saying. And so I've seen a lot of it, and I feel very loved. I feel very supported. It made me sad, to be honest, because I miss y'all too. As many times as I've seen y'all saying that y'all miss hearing from me, I miss speaking to y'all. That's honestly what I did it for. All of those mornings where it was really tough to get up and go about the day the way I wanted to, and to give y'all the energy I didn't even feel like I had. I did it for y'all every single morning. And to see so many people saying that they miss me, it was an amazing feeling, it was also a very sad feeling. I was like, damn, I ain't think you know what I mean? I was gonna feel like this. But I'm hurt that some of you feel like I'm never gonna hear from Mo again. Like, yes, you can. Here I am. Like, you know what I mean? And I get it, right? I get that there's a certain aspect to having wanted it the way that you'd had it all that time. And I completely understand that. But you can still come here. I'm still going to give the same energy, same stories, same me, just same Mo, and growing better and better. And when I can speak to what's next and how we got here and so many of these things, I promise y'all I will. I'm being as transparent as I possibly can because to me that matters, the authenticity of it all. But I see the comments, I see the support, and I just want to tell y'all I miss y'all as well. I love you guys. This is the reason I do this. So to everyone who has reached out to deliver a comment or just to say that you've missed me or I've been a really big part of your mornings or how much you've enjoyed me on the show or whatever it was, any love in any kind of way, I thank you. And I love you too. And I hope you guys will continue to support me on this journey that we are now currently on.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
We should invite all of your callers. They can go to
every one of them.
Yeah, well, they should DM you or go to your website, and then they should like say when they're available to call in.
You know what's wild? I just said I wanted to do this.
We should do that. You guys, you're all invited.
I literally just said, I don't know how to develop the system yet. And normally I work these out behind the scenes, but we here now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to set up a system to where they can call, like a live radio show, because obviously we don't do the show live.
Yeah.
So, but I would love a way to be able to communicate with the listeners on the show on a consistent basis.
So what we'll have to do is we'll have to film at a specific time, or we can just we can have them go to the website, fill out like a little form with their information, and just like give us some times that they're available. And so if it just happens to be on a night that we're filming and during the time, then we can pick who's available during that time and then call them.
I like this.
Yeah,
because I would love to incorporate you guys into the show. So now that we got that out the way, we'll get it done. I'll put it on my website at MItch.com. You'll go there, be able to fill out a form, and then we'll call you and then have you on the show. And
I'll do one too. Y'all can come to my website, and then all of my flowers, my followers, I call them flowers. All of y'all can, just go on my website, fill it out, and then I'll call some of y'all.
Well, you have to give them the website.
Well, it's Mother Nature. We'll put it in the text.
Okay.
In the lower
right
third, that's what it's called, right? Yeah. So, mothernature.com.
Reach out to us, mothernature.com, MoMitch.com, and let us know what you want us to talk about or give us stories to which you think we feel like would be good on air, or if you just want to debate us on something, let us know. We'll make you a part of the show. Do you believe in signs?
Yes. But what kind of signs?
All kinds of signs. I feel like I'm always seeing signs of where I am in my life. Angel numbers. 111, 222. I feel like I always see those numbers, and then I have to stop and ask myself what's going on in that moment. There was a time when I was going through a tough time because of the loss of a BBA kid. And there was a red cardinal that used to always meet me on my walks every morning right after that. And I kind of felt like that was a sign. And then the other day, I'm walking, and I haven't seen that cardinal in a while, but I see this yellow butterfly, beautiful butterfly. And it's like, you couldn't help but notice, huge. And I went next to it, and it kind of flew away. And I didn't think much of it. I went back, on my walk. I came back around, and he was there again. And this time when I got close, he didn't fly away. And I pull out my phone, and I go to, film the butterfly. And then it was like right after I was done filming, he flew away again. So immediately, it was just odd to me. Because when I went around the third time, there he was. And
Jeez.
It was like he was almost following me. So then I looked up, what does that mean? And then I learned that butterflies represent transition and freedom and peace and new beginnings and all of these different things that I had no idea that that's what butterflies, what it meant to see one.
Yeah.
I think about signs, right, in life when sometimes I think the universe is telling you to move when you may be afraid to. And I think fear is what makes it easy to control you. And so many of us are controlled by fear. I've told this story once before. It was a while ago. I know we get new listeners, so I'll tell it again. Speaking of when I worked at iHeart earlier in my career, that job came to me, like landed on my lap. I was going through a really rough time in trying to find a job. At that point in my life, I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I was kind of stuck in this place where I feel like a lot of us always are of what is next. I don't have any idea. And I went and applied for a temp agency to help me find a job because somebody gave me the idea to. And somehow, somewhere, I landed this mailroom job at iHeart, which was, I was responsible for the mail and all of the administrative services for the Breakfast Club and some of the bigger radio stations, the urban radio stations, and Z100, huge radio station in New York as well. And I was in that environment now. And at that time, everything was music. I wasn't really thinking radio. Wasn't really on my mind, but it was there. It was right in front of my face, right? So now I'm hanging out with Charlemagne. I'm seeing Envy in them every day, and I'm just kind of watching how they're moving. And my brain is kind of now going towards, I think I could do that. I think I'll be good at that. And that was right around the time, shout out to my dude, Coast, who he wanted to be a comedian. And he asked me to come out and watch him perform. And I did. And in that moment, it hit me like, oh, I think I'd be really good at this. Not realizing that this was going to end up being my purpose, right?
Yeah. So
I was at that job for, I think, 5 years, and I got comfortable. You know, I think like a lot of us do. And I think I forgot what my true calling was when I was in that space. But I was meeting celebrities every day who were coming in to do the Breakfast Club. So I felt like I was in the mix. And even though I was working in the mailroom, I was in the mix to make something happen. All of these people I'm meeting every day, these opportunities that are here, why would I leave? Not realizing that my path was not going to be created by someone giving me a handout or someone helping. It was going to be formed by me doing the work. And it didn't matter where I was. I just had to be me, you know? And I stayed there long enough to where I was just comfortable, and I was barely making it. I remember putting my cable bill on my credit card because I needed to save some cash to do some other things. And at some point, even though I was there for 3 years, my coworker at the time, he got hit by a car. He passed away. Rest in peace to Jay. And I thought that, you know, now that I'm the only one running this entire operation, because initially it was the two of us, that I would now be responsible for his work, or at least they would make me do both or hire someone else and then have me train them. They hired someone else, had me train them, and then gave them his position. So I was still technically the runner. I wasn't the head of the mailroom. You see what I'm saying? And I felt so disrespected. Yeah. And undervalued. And it was like, hold up. So I've been here all this time, all these years, putting in this work, and I'm being innovative. I'm creating new ways for them to do things. I'm making it easier. I'm making it fun. I'm having fun with it. Not only did they not give me the promotion, they demoted me. Ugh. I was like, what? Damn, right? So I was in the mix of it all initially. I didn't even work out of the mailroom at that time. I worked upstairs where it was lit. It was live. It was fun. But I would have to go to the mailroom. I would have to go back and forth. But I'm now moving all day. So in a way, I loved my job at the time, even though I knew, like, I can't do this forever. And I knew God was calling me for more. But when I got demoted, I had to go from a nice desk with a beautiful view into a corner room with no windows in, like, the basement of the company. And I remember feeling so down about that. Just so sad. Like, damn, what I'm gonna do now? I'm barely making enough money to survive. I'm in this corner office with no windows, and I'm doing a job that I feel like is beneath me, to be honest. I feel like I should be doing more with myself and with my time and with my life. But I was doing what I had to do. What I didn't realize was the mailroom was right next to the comedy department. And then that's when I met some of the men who put me in place to find out that I was meant to be a comedian. That's how I found my purpose. Like, one day they literally came in the office and was like, just come to lunch with us. And I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up going to lunch with these guys, not knowing that they are like as high as you can go for comedy in this company. And I'm being myself. And they like, bro, you are naturally funny as hell. Has anybody ever told you that? And I'm like, I've heard it. And it was to the point where one of them was like, I just want to start cutting videos with you. Mm-hmm. I said, bet. So in the morning, before I would clock in, I would get up early enough to go and cut these videos before I would have to go and deliver the mail. These videos start going viral. And that's when they started calling me Mozart. They started calling me the Mozart of comedy. Mm-hmm. And then one of the dudes was like, yo, I run a showcase if you want to get on stage and give it a shot. And I did. And then that's how the comedy really got started.
Gotcha. Okay.
I say all of that to say, at that time, when things started to actually take off for me, when my videos started to go viral, when things started kind of clicking, and I was like, oh shit, I got some talent. Like I got something here. Like this is amazing. Once I knew I could go on a stage and command the room and be funny and I was like, I'm out. We up. I got fired on Valentine's Day.
Ugh.
By a company with a heart in the name. What the hell is going on, man? This wasn't the story, right? And I didn't know why I got fired. Even in the office, like they was stuttering their way through it. I'm like, what I do? It's like, oh, it's just some things, All right, cool. So I thought at that time, Nate, I was so young. I was like, my life is over. I was right there. And they fired me. Now I can't make these videos anymore. I can't connect with these guys that I was doing, making these moves with. And I thought everybody was just going to kind of block me out. Like it was a wrap after that. And thank God, the guy who, I don't think he would be mad if I said his name. His name is Spruce. That's my dude. I love this man. Thank you, Spruce, for all you've done for me. He kept in contact with me, and he kept me getting on stage, and he was like, at that time, I'm making like $100 a show. I'm like, I can't pay my rent with this, though. He's like, just keep going. You have to just keep going. And I didn't know what I was going to do, Nate. I was like, how am I going? I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent that month, let alone the next one. And then I got to eat. I'm going to do that. And I didn't know what else to do but to go on stage and be funny. At that time, that's all I had, right? And right before it got to the point, and this is a whole nother story I'll tell a whole nother day, but right before it got to the point where I literally was like, I have nothing left, I got the email from Bert to go audition for the Bert Show. So, again, that's just life. Sometimes you're not moving fast enough. Sometimes the universe has something else for you that's bigger, that's better, that's more fit for you, whatever the case. And the fear keeps so many of us trapped. I'm sure right now there's a lot of y'all listening who feel trapped in something, whether it's a job, it's a relationship, it's whatever it is. It could literally be your life. You're not trapped. It's the fear. You don't even realize you're being controlled by fear most of the time. And I think when sometimes goodbyes, there's good in it for a reason, even if it hurts, right? You learn as you live that things are seasons and reasons. And a lot of the time when a door closes, they say a window just opened, but there's another way, right? There's always a way. And I just want to, I guess, inspire somebody who may be in a situation of feeling like you're stuck or, you got fired, you're going through a divorce, you lost a best friend, whatever the case, it's always a storm before the sun comes out and you see a whole new beginning.
Yeah.
It's always a little turbulence before the landing. And that's it. So let that story inspire you and remind you to keep pushing, because a lot of the time, the end is really just the beginning. All right, so before we get to 5 for the week, I would like to say, again, remind y'all, I have a show at City Winery September 19th. That is a Friday. It is coming up. I am very excited about this show, and I will be able to say a lot more on stage than I really can say, or at least feel comfortable saying on a podcast. So if you want an exclusive look as into what's really going on with me, I would get tickets to the show, and they're going pretty fast. They're going a lot faster than they normally go.
Oh, really? Do you already have like your openers?
No. Why?
Do you have your DJ? Open?
I don't have openers. I just do a night with me because I do 2 hours.
Do you have a DJ?
I had one.
Stay in the moment. Yeah, hey, look, check. I'm in the moment. Hey, look, stay in the moment. They try to hold you down.
I can be your DJ, and I'll open for you.
You want to? Well, you want to do both?
I'll do both. I'll do like a comedy music kind of thing put together.
What do you? What do you?
Yeah, like a little mix of music and a little mix of just me.
You have to audition, Nate.
Oh,
You can't just like that's not where you think I'ma just trust you up there.
Yeah.
People paying good money.
Yeah, why not?
To come out. No.
They're gonna have a great time.
Well, I did that
promise.
before. And
Okay.
the guy was asking the audience to tie his shoes. Don't worry about it. So yeah, September 19th, get your tickets. They're going fast. I'm very excited about this. And also, I am going to ask you guys, the patronizers, as you call them,
Yeah.
the supporters of the Patreon page. I'm gonna ask you guys for embarrassing stories that you would be willing to allow us to share on the show. Mm-hmm. And we're not gonna share your name or give your identity, but we'll tell the story, and we're gonna have a vote on who got the best story. And whoever gets the best story, I will give you free tickets to my comedy show.
Wow, that's nice.
So, yeah,
I
perfect
can't
time.
wait to hear them.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited to hear you guys' story, and a perfect time to join the Patreon if you have not already. And lastly, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. I want to thank y'all again, all of the listeners and the supporters, because I saw the numbers the other day, and they've been a lot higher in the last 2 months. Like 2.5 months. They've just been going in a really good direction. So I thank y'all for being here. I thank y'all for supporting. Now let's get the show rocking. All right, 5 for the week. This is where I talk about 5 things I saw online that were of interest to me. And so I bring them here, and Nate and I discuss them, okay? I don't know if this is true, but apparently it is. It says breaking. The Supreme Court has now said no matter who got your wife pregnant, if the child is born during your marriage, you'll be legally considered the father and must take responsibility.
Oh. That's a lot.
Strong take from Nate. Listen, this is quite another good excuse to not get married if you're a guy. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
That's insane. Mm-hmm. The wife steps out on the marriage, and now you have to be the father. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. That's gonna give men more reason not to get married. Yeah,
That was my first thought.
yeah. Great. Another way to ruin a man's life. Hope the same happens to the judge who gave this verdict. No wife, happy life. So by cheating, you are violating the contract of marriage. Why should one's party be upheld a contract which has already been grossly violated? Yeah, this means cheating is legal to women. Yeah, well, absolutely not. Mother and child are on their own. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't think this is not okay.
Not just because the baby's now legally mine, but like you cheated on me. Like that's a big deal.
Did you hear the Raven Simone story
No.
that she gave?
Mm-mm.
She was on a radio show, and forgive me for not remembering which show it was, but she said that her ex
Okay.
got another woman pregnant while they were together,
Uh-huh.
and then asked her to be the godmother.
Mm.
And I've just never seen audacity at that level.
Yeah, that's pretty messy.
And she said they still cool.
Okay. You know,
They talk.
some people move on. They let things go.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on while not being the godfather of. I'm just not gonna do that, Nate.
I have a funny story about Raven Simone as well.
Okay, let's get into it.
So we went to high school together, and we actually hung out like in the same group, but we weren't besties. So if we're all just like hanging out in the morning, waiting for school to open, we'll, be sitting on the stairs, and it's maybe like 5 or 6 of us just hanging out. So we were like in that group. And she was there for a while, and I always wanted to like be her friend, but back then I knew that I liked women, and I found her attractive.
Okay.
So there were a few times where we hung out, but this one particular time, I was coming up the stairs trying to go down the hall, and she was standing right there waiting for class to start. And so she reached out. She was like, hey, she didn't know my name, but, she was speaking to me. Everyone else had friends, and she was the only one that was standing by herself. But when she spoke to me, I was like, oh, she finally spoke to me. But so I'm coming down the hall. She speaks to me, and I turn back and I wave and I'm like, hey. And then instantly I was like, she's so cute, but I'm gay and I can't be her friend because I don't want to turn her out. So I turned her out. And I just kept walking. I was like, hey. And then I just got out.
You could have turned out and you turned around. So you left it for somebody else to do it.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she could have been my ex.
Perfect example of why overthinking gets in the way. See? Damn. So y'all didn't speak after that?
Nope.
I'm shocked she went to high school. Like she didn't have a tutor or something.
Maybe she wanted to have like a
normal life.
Yeah, a regular experience.
Yeah, after being on the Cosbys, I would imagine that was tough for her. Mm-hmm. But so people didn't at school. She was like just one of the students.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think when she first got there, I think people, were trying to talk to her, trying to say hello, but it wasn't like she was like the popular kid like immediately. We were all kind of like I don't want to say outcast, but we weren't all popular. We were just like the middle of the road kind of people.
You blew your shot.
It's all good.
You know who they used to say I blew my shot on?
Tell me.
They used to make fun of me for it all the time when I worked at iHeart. Jordan Sparks. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They said she was trying to holler at me.
Oh.
And my mindset wasn't there at all. I'm like, I work in the mailroom. Like, why would these are fake sparks? Like, this is what I'm gonna do, right? And they was like, yo, you need more confidence. Like, she didn't care about that. She was feeling your vibe. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I missed it. I missed it.
So, but did you feel did you feel anything?
I did.
Oh.
I did. I felt it, but I went into my head. Like, Jordan Sparks is not in the building flirting with the guy in the mailroom. Like, that's what I told myself. And ironically, that's not even who I am. I never thought of myself that way. I always felt like there's no such thing as out of your league. Mm-hmm. Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think it was more because I was at work. Mm-hmm. And my dumb ass didn't want to risk that job when I ended up losing it anyway. I should have saw if there was sparks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
Sometimes
that's like,
you
that's those stories that you hear of like certain celebrities. They'll meet someone and the other person is like a teacher. And you always like Giselle and her new person. He's the, you know what I'm talking about? The model. Giselle, what's her name?
Giselle Bundchen?
Yeah.
Tom Brady's ex-wife?
Right.
Yeah.
And you know that she's with her...
Oh, with the trainer.
Yeah.
That she was with before it was all... Don't worry about it.
Right. So it's like, that's how those stories happen. Like you just, you always wonder. And for you, like your story would have been like in the mailroom.
I missed my moment to be Tom Brady. Second arrest made after sex toy thrown at WNBA game hits man and his 9-year-old niece in the stands. Okay, are you familiar with the dildos being thrown at WNBA games?
Oh, no, I know nothing about this.
This is a real thing. So it went viral, obviously, because there's just dildos ending up on the court. And it turns out...
A whole bunch of them?
Yeah, like it's happened like 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Just not a whole bunch. Like it's one dildo at a time. It's not like raining men, hallelujah, in there. But so... it turned out to be a crypto company, I believe, who was trying to make a name for themselves, and that was the way that they were doing it. They had claimed, they had owned up to being responsible for the dildos being thrown, and it took me back to when we were talking about on Patreon how sometimes you have to be a dick to make it. Mm-hmm. It worked for them, and in this case, it was literal. And my second thought was, I'm curious as to how these people, whomever they are, that are throwing the dildos. Like, how are you getting that off?
Because you got to do the search when you come in.
That's the first step.
And they pat you down.
So I guess you have
to put it in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you feel good about yourself for a little while, right? You walk in like they feel it, and you kind of right. So then you get in. Mm-hmm. Now you gotta pull it out.
Yeah, at some point.
Now if you throwing it. You gotta hold on to one end of the dildo. Mm-hmm. Do you go balls or tip? I don't know how else to ask you that.
I tip. That makes sense.
Do you go underhand or overhand? Wait, that's what you're gonna do before you fire it. You're just having a good old time. about to piss off all these women. And, oh my God. I could never be the guy who throws the dildo. But I didn't know these men were getting arrested. This is a good thing. You should not be throwing sex toys at the WNBA game. But yeah, the idea, as stupid as it was, is giving these guys a name for themselves. Let's see what some of the comments say. Great. Now dildo checks before entering the building. I love how seriously they're taking this matter. Learn to respect women, period. On period, boo. All right, good. Yeah, I'm glad that arrests were made. Y'all shouldn't be out here throwing damn dildos at the WNBA game. A woman dated and had children with a man who turned out to be her son. She put up for adoption.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Where?
Not saying that it's like a thing that people are like trying to do.
I hope not.
It's a lot of times a few times that I've read, it's been like they just happen to meet each other. Like they just happen to cross paths. Have you ever heard of like ancestry stories where people will find out that they were adopted and they found out that they have relatives that live like 5 minutes away?
Yes.
So, and that happened to, well, not to me, but I gifted someone Ancestry who was adopted, and she found out that she had family that lived like 10 minutes from her. And she was adopted way out in California, and her family moved over here. So it was interesting. So anyway, I've heard of situations where they happen to just like meet each other, and they have like this undeniable chemistry that they can't figure out because they don't know that they're mother and son. So I've heard of that, and like the strong connection just turns into a romance. But I also heard of one where I think she went to go meet her son. They knew who they were, and they tried to establish a relationship as mother and son, but it just turned into more.
Stop.
And also, I'm not saying that I condone this.
It
like
you're way too comfortable.
Because I've read up on it, and I think that's wild. I do not condone. I'm not saying I'm in support of this at all. I'm just saying that
you're making it sound like it's a sport.
No,
like,
I'm
yo,
just
it's
saying
just just give your son away and try to catch him 20 years later. Like,
no, I'm just saying that I've read up on it before.
That's crazy. I don't know. What do you continue if you're in this situation? Because obviously, there's nothing you can do about it now. Do you continue to date your son? You got children with him now.
Oh,
This is
no. That's not no.
A woman dated
did.
and had children with a man who turned out to be her son.
Yeah, but her kids, they would be, they would have issues.
Yes. Well, I would imagine. I don't know. But would you stay?
Ugh.
What you mean, ugh? Y'all done had children and everything.
I'm just saying, like, what do you do? I don't know how to answer that because it's like, fuck, like we're already together. Now what are we gonna do?
That's the question, Nate. You done ran the question back to me. That's indeed the question.
I don't know.
What do you do?
I really, that's really, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do. I would not know what to do.
So their children are her what?
They're her
children and grandchildren at the same time?
They're her son grands.
They're son grands.
Her son grand and her daughter grand.
If I'm the child, I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I find this out, I want nothing to do with y'all. I don't know what this family is on, but I'm all set. Mm-hmm. Let's look at some of the comments. You can't pay me any amount of money to share this with the world. Yeah, I probably would have kept that one to myself, too. That's what happens in the family stays in the family. Remember when that was a thing? She had no business dating someone young enough to be her son anyway.
I don't believe that.
What in the brother, daddy, mommy, grandma is this? Her kids are also siblings. If he puts his kids in timeout, would that be considered good parenting or sibling rivalry? Chicago woman exposes landlord after telling him she couldn't pay her $1,500 rent. So you want me to sleep with you instead of paying my rent? Producer, can you please read the text message exchange?
All right. It says, Tayana, we still got a problem. I told you before I needed the $150 by today or we were going to have an issue. The response was, I told you I don't have $1,500 right now. Here's the landlord again. Okay, well, you still owe me $1,200. But listen, if you want to come by my place tonight, we can have a little date spend some time, and we can call it even on the rent. She responds saying, so you want me to sleep with you instead of paying my rent? The landlord goes on to say, I'm saying we can handle it in private. You won't have to worry about rent this month if we do.
All right, so he definitely was letting her know, yo, it's going to be a check or some cheeks. I don't think you can deny that one, right? What you doing, Nate? If you in that situation,
I'm not doing it.
Well, yeah, you like go right to the car. Hey, you got the wrong one trying to get your horny off. If you think I'm about to be weak, I would feel uncomfortable staying there now. I guess some would say that he is giving her a different option. Let's see what the comments would say. Why is she telling the world she need to be asking when he free? She thinks she bigger than the program. He said, clap it or pack it. You're exposing yourself, sweetie. You can't pay your rent and your landlord is trying to help you. Not paying your rent on time is unprofessional, so she started it. You think that's the point?
No. I mean, she's supposed to pay her rent, but that doesn't mean, he was giving her options, so I don't know. He was like, shit, you can't do it.
Leading right into this comment. I don't get how this is funny. Honestly, some of y'all are so dehumanized. Hey, man, I guess we are, huh? You got to pay your rent. It was a time I couldn't pay my rent. Yep, live right in my car.
Oh, yeah, you said it was like 3 months, right?
No, it wasn't that long. It was like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, let's just say I'm no you.
Okay.
I didn't do well with that experience. I saw this online on the Coffee with Jenny and Dre podcast. Would you send your spouse to prison for $2 million?
200 million.
Oh, is it 200 million?
Yes.
Oh, that's not even a debate.
Yeah, like
What are we debating?
Because it was, yes,
Yes.
I would.
What? Yes. 200 million? What? Now 2 million I think is more debatable. Mm-hmm. Would you do it for 2 million?
I don't know. That one isn't as easy to answer as 200 million. Because yes, I would. Two, I don't know. I'm not sure. If they agreed, then.
Well, so you saying 200 million? They don't have a choice.
Oh no, I'm
you
saying
handcuffing
yes.
them. I'm the deputy. You're going. If you're the spouse, are you going?
Yeah, I would.
I don't think I'm doing it.
Really?
I would want to, but 2 years in prison?
200 million.
I've seen 60 days in. I don't know if I got 60 days.
See, I've always wanted to go to jail.
Something's wrong with you, Nate. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That's not normal. Why?
So listen, I have been arrested before. And I was 19. I was at a house party. It was a graduation house party. And I was driving, so I wasn't trying to drink. I planned to only be there for like 20, 30 minutes, but then one of my other friends came, and so I ended up staying longer. And then I was like, I'm just going to take one shot, and that's it. And that's all I did. Right after I took the shot, someone called the cops. So the cops were there, and they asked if we all had drinks because they knew that we were underage. And I said no, because I'm like, I only had one shot, so it's not going to show up. But it did. So they went to go get the little breathalyzers and tested everyone. And everyone who was honest about drinking, they were free to go. But everyone who lied, they got arrested. So we all went to jail. And I was so excited. I was like, I have always wanted to see what it looks like inside of jail.
To go to
yes,
jail.
and the girl in the car with me, she was just like crying, and I'm like, girl, this is gonna be really.
She had the right approach to the situation, Nate. I think. Yeah.
I was excited. So anyway, so we get there, they do the fingerprints and the mugshot and all that stuff,
smiling
and
through all this shit from you just ear to ear. Ooh, I'm next.
So then, and this took like hours, a lot of just like people getting processed, and then you see
it's not
all
convenient.
kinds of stuff.
Can you imagine? This is horrible customer service.
So anyway, the time comes for us to go to our cells. So we had to do a strip search and all that stuff. And I was so embarrassed because I didn't put lotion on that day. It was like winter.
That's why you were embarrassed.
Yes, I was like, damn, I'm so ashy. I was so ashy, y'all. I was so embarrassed about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after they did the strip search, they were about to give us our our clothes to put on, and they pulled me aside, and I thought that they were pulling me aside because I was so ashy, but he was just like he was like
You thought
yeah,
in
I thought they
jail,
were concerned.
They were like, look, come here.
I was like,
Yo, you
I was like, they're
you
really
got a
caring.
reverse tan
They're
thing
really
going
caring
on.
around here.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So my mom just bailed me out, and I was like, fuck, I was this close
To staying.
So I never made it inside. I thought I was gonna have like a little prison bay or something,
Right.
but I never made it in.
That's insane. Listen, I went to jail once for fighting, right? Being young and stupid and just getting into like a bar fight. And we, they put us into the little tank for the night or whatever. And this dude, I will never forget this.
Stay in the moment. Yeah, hey, look, check. I'm in the moment. Hey, look, stay in the moment.
He hopped into the room. He was arrested. He had one leg. He hopped in and he sat down and he just started telling me a story. And he said, yo, what you in for? And I remember feeling like I got to make some shit up because I don't want to, but then I was honest. I was myself. I can't, that's all, I was like, I was fighting. He was like, okay. I said, what you in for? He said, man, this dude pulled a gun out on me, tried to take my chain. And so I beat him up, took his gun and he shot him. I said,
Okay.
I'm not tough enough to be here. This dude got one leg. I thought he was lying. The lawyer came in and said the good news is they found footage of the incident, and so it confirms your story of self-defense. And in that moment, I knew this dude was not lying to me. Someone tried to rob him at gunpoint. He took their gun, fought them, won, and shot the guy with one leg. I have no business in this place. This is not, I have two legs and I ain't, I wouldn't have one to stand on in that place. And I knew that wasn't the place for me. Oh, let's go to the comments. The real question is, do the other inmates know you're getting that bag while you're in there? Because that's a whole different kind of 2 years. That is true.
That is
very true. And see, that's why I don't know if I would do it for $2 million or for $200 million, because I know prison to be a place where even if you go in not a criminal, you gonna leave one. It causes you to do crimes. That's what prison is. So you might go in there for 2 years, something happened, you gotta defend yourself, and now you in there for 15.
I don't know. I mean, like if I was the one on the outside, then yeah, I have no choice but to
You have no
enjoy.
choice but to take the money and enjoy your new yacht.
Sorry,
oh my
that was
God.
part of the plan.
You be in Greece taking Instagram pictures. That's foul.
But if I was on the inside, I don't know. I feel like I would still take my chances.
All right, Nate, let's play a couple rounds of song association. I think this will be fun to play with you. Do you know what this is?
Nope.
This is how this game is going to work. I say we'll play to 3, and the producer is going to pick a word. We don't know what word she's going to pick. She can pick absolutely any word in the world, right? Now, if it's your turn, whatever word she picks, you have to sing a song with that word in it.
Okay, any song.
It could be any song.
Okay.
It just has to have that word in it.
Okay.
When it's my turn, I'll do the same.
Okay.
If we can't think of a song, she gets a point.
Oh.
So the producer is participating in this game as well.
Gotcha.
This is In the Moments Song Association. Let's get it. Ladies first. Nate is up.
All right.
I'm going to get that ladies first off every single time we do a competition.
All right. So any random word, right?
Any word.
Top.
Can't think of anything.
Can I steal? How does the game work? Can I steal? How much time does she have?
Okay, yeah. And how much time do I have?
10 seconds.
All right. So
Oh, you put my love on top. I ain't think of that.
Are you a Beyonce fan?
I am.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, wow. Is that Beyonce shade coming from that side of the room?
Anyways, it's his turn. What's the next one?
We have a Beyonce hater in the room. All right. I see where this is going. Go ahead.
dance.
I wanna dance with somebody.
That was an easy one.
I wanna feel
that was
the
so
heat.
easy.
Top wasn't hard either, Nate. Don't come over
Yes,
here
it was.
trying to ruin my like.
Okay, what's another song? Another song with
That's
top.
not how the game works.
Okay, give me another
With
song
top?
with top.
I like my beat down low and my top. laid
Anyways,
back. See me
what-
ride 24. Shout out to T.I. See, look, Yup. All right, Mo got one. Nate up.
Next word is going to be baby.
Baby, baby, where did our love go? Okay, I got a point.
That's a point. That's a point. I thought you was gonna go, baby, 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 baby. That's literally what she
Okay.
said. That's the whole song. Baby, baby.
Number. 5 seconds left.
I just met you. This is crazy. So here's my number. Hey, call me, baby. Yeah. That one almost had me.
Christmas.
Christmas time is here.
Yeah, that was so easy.
Happiness and cheer. That's my favorite one.
Let me guess, you a Christmas fan.
I love Christmas.
Oh, God. All right, nah, you gave her an easy one. She could have picked literally any holiday song in the world.
No.
You say no, 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 no. You say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I gotta win. That was fun. We gotta play that again. This week on Moa's Arc, I want to talk about when you keep a friend within the space and when do you let them go. I've learned a lot in these days or these weeks of finding peace but losing friends.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I've learned, Nate, is it's a very emasculating feeling when you have to go through your phone and delete pictures of someone who was once your friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I don't like that feeling. It just, because it's like you're really going through a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in these pictures, they just pop up. Apple
Yeah.
just want to keep making products that just keep shoving them in your face. I don't want to see these damn memories, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to physically delete them. Some of these are really good pictures, really great memories, and it just feels really weird. You ever had to delete some pictures from your friends?
I believe so. I don't have a problem with doing that. To me, it's like it's the.
I be forgetting, man. Yo, they can't wait to delete. You ain't even have pictures to delete of them.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's a cleanse because I don't want to feel, the sadness of it,
course.
being over, and then you've got to accept that it's over. Like all those things. I just want to get rid of everything.
I never had a problem deleting pictures if it were an ex.
Yeah.
That it just feels different. I guess because with a friend, that's just not a thing in my mind. I never think that I'm gonna have a moment with a friend where we're not friends anymore. And speaking of that, I read this. It says a survey found that 91% of people are no longer friends with someone they once called their best friend.
Yeah, I'm in that 91%.
I am as well.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like every time I crown them my best friend is when something goes down.
That we've talked about that. You cannot give them the crown. You just keep them at, right? Because you can't, you give them too much.
Yeah.
And then they just seem to fold under all of that responsibility. Producer, are you in that 91% as well?
Absolutely. I actually was going to ask you if you actually have a shared album. So for example, I have 2 shared albums, right? I didn't create them because if I did, I would definitely delete everybody. But I am in a shared album with someone I haven't been friends with in over 5 years.
I don't have a shared
So
album.
they have me a part of their sister's
You can't delete
bachelorette.
it?
I can't delete it. So it's here because they invited me to it.
That would drive me crazy.
But it doesn't come up in my memories.
Okay.
But there's
it's
no
there.
way. Can't you? You can.
I probably could, but I'm still somewhat in
Looking
that
at it?
circle. Like if I go to a barbecue once every 2 years,
Oh,
I don't.
please.
It's like,
Do you look at the pictures?
oh no,
Okay.
Oh, delete that thing. I'd have unfollowed, walked out, left group, whatever you could do.
it actually does have an unsubscribe.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And I came across this other article that says 7 types of friends not worth keeping in your life as you get older, even if you've known them for years.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I think this will help some people. Here are the friends you should cut off no matter how long you have known them. The friend who constantly plays the victim. There's a difference between sharing your struggles and living inside them. Some friends are stuck in a loop of why me. They never take ownership of their circumstances. That's big. Certainly. That never changes with people either. Number 2, the friend who subtly competes with you. You know the type. You share good news, a promotion, a pregnancy, a new relationship. They offer a smile that doesn't quite reach their eyes. That's the friend that's jealous.
Yep.
right? That happens a lot. Friends are just not always clapping for you, and they're not always happy to see you doing better than them. The friend who only shows up when they need something. That's big.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
Yeah, that's a common one. They vanish for months, suddenly reappear when they're moving house, going through a breakup, or need a reference for a job. The catch, when you need something, support time, or even just a response, they're nowhere to be found.
That's what I was telling you the other day.
Yeah. Yep. That's huge. Number 4, the friend who keeps you stuck in your past. Nostalgia can be beautiful, but some friendships survive on nothing but it. This is the friend who constantly says they prefer the old version of you, the one who drank every weekend, dated the wrong people, or made questionable life choices because it made them feel comfortable. As you grow, they resist it. They remind you of your worst mistakes. They jokingly bring up things you'd rather leave behind. The truth is, they're not nostalgic. They're uncomfortable with your evolution. Damn, that's deep. Number 5, the friend who doesn't respect your boundaries. You say you're busy. They push. You set limits. They ignore them. You ask for space. They make it about them. This type of friend believes their needs should always override yours. I've experienced a friend in every one of these categories so far. Number 6, the friend who gossips about everyone, including you. They're always armed with the latest tea. Who cheated on whom? Who got fired? Who's gaining weight? It might seem harmless until you wonder what they say about you when you're not around. Here's a simple rule. I love this rule. I've always said this. If they gossip to you, they gossip about you. I fully believe that. And pretty much everybody I've ever known in my life be gossiping about other people. So I know y'all all be talking about me. I just know y'all do it. And this is why I just don't like to waste time with gossip, Nate. I was just telling my family this the other day. Like, I don't get the point of it. It's social media as well. I feel like there's consumers and there's creators. And you have to choose who you want to be. And if you're caught consuming, then you are not really creating.
Yeah.
Number 7, the friend who drains your energy and joy. Sometimes it's not dramatic. They're not toxic or manipulative. You just feel tired after being with them. Maybe they complain constantly. Maybe their worldview is cynical. Maybe every hangout feels like a therapy session or a nostalgia loop. Whatever the reason, you leave feeling more depleted than nourished. Man, those are good.
Have you ever had a friend like the last one they mentioned?
The friend who drains your energy and joy? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had a friend that matched every single one.
You know, I find it interesting to see all of that, knowing what you are experiencing and what you have been. And we have very similar experiences with friends, people that we've trusted. But what I find interesting is that they are all watching us like become friends. We don't know each other. We don't hang out after, like, we only see each other when we're here. So we've never hung out after the podcast or just, you know, randomly. So we're getting to know each other, but we're trying to figure out, like, can I trust you? Can you trust me?
Right.
Like, you know, where's this going? So y'all are watching us become friends, and I've experienced it. And every single time, I feel like, you know, now it's time for me to be the asshole because, you know, F everybody. But then, like, you know, a few hours later, I can't do that because that's just who I am. I am the giver. So, so I'm excited to see where this is going to go. And, I hope that y'all are, you know, enjoying watching us getting to know each other.
I think most of the listeners are, Nate. There was definitely 2 or 3 who just felt the need to tell me that they don't like us. And
okay.
I don't know why they just felt the need, but got it, noted. No, but I do think it's interesting to watch, like you said, this play out in real time because we all go through this, right? And I'm at that age. It's a weird age because I have lifelong friends who are my brothers, who are going to be with me till the day I die, and I know it. They'll never cross me. I know that, and I never cross them, and they know that. And those guys just happen to be spread out across the world. You know, they're in Korea, Colorado, DC, everywhere. So it's just when you have to now make new friends and you're older, so it ain't like we going to school and it's just mad people to make friends with. Like, you have to meet these friends sometime at work, and a lot of the time you'll see that the friends or the people you meet at work are not really your friends at all. And then you have to meet them. Where do you meet them? Do you meet them when you're out? You know, sometimes you'll meet people on vacation, but that seems to always fizzle out. It's not. So I just don't even know where, especially in our position, where you just make friends that you will at least feel like you can trust, because that part is hard. Now you got to trust again, right? And you see somebody cross you that you've known 20 years. So then it'll make you think, well, why won't this person cross me? I know them 2 weeks. But a lot of time, that person you've known for 1 year is a much better friend to you than that person you've known for 20.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to compartmentalize it, and it's tough.
So I think because we both are experiencing this and we both have experienced this, I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I'm gonna say that I'm gonna trust you, because I feel like if you felt what I felt what you felt. I don't feel like we're gonna do that to each other. So I'm gonna ask you that. I've never asked anyone this before, ever. Would you be my friend?
I'm touched. I don't think anyone has asked me this since third grade.
Yeah.
No, because,
I don't think anyone even asked me in third grade.
Oh, somebody asked me in third grade.
No one's ever asked me ever, and I've never asked anyone.
You haven't, and then they told me they weren't my friend anymore. It hurt me. It was one of the most painful things I've ever experienced. Yo, when somebody say they're not your friend anymore in third or fourth grade, you think life is over. Yo, you're not my friend? What am I gonna do?
Apparently, I did that when my best friend, we grew up across the street from each other. We went to pre-K together. And I think apparently when they moved, I said, I never want to be your friend again. And I don't remember saying that. I was probably 6, 7. We were probably in kindergarten or first grade. I was obviously heartbroken because she was my best friend. And when she would come back to visit, she would always go visit my friend that lived behind us. Like, she lived across the street from me. The other girl lived behind us. And I'd be like, why doesn't she come say hi to me? Like, I was so confused for years.
Well, you said you didn't want her to be your friend anymore.
I don't remember. I was 6 or 7.
So, that's me.
Obviously, but she held on to that. And then when we grew older, like we were teenagers or maybe even adults at 20, she told my other friend, and then she came and told me, she was like, apparently when she moved, you told her you hated her and you never wanted, like, you didn't want to be friends with her.
Wow, that's very mean.
I know. I'm sorry.
Because that's tough. To answer your question, yes, Nate, I will be your friend.
Oh, yay.
I have never crossed anyone, or I've just never had a fallout with a friend until now. That's the odd thing about it. Growing up, I didn't have a fallout with any of my friends. There was no reason to. We were all loyal to each other. We all had each other's best interest in hand. But sometimes you get older and life happens, and then all of a sudden you just start seeing your friends change, and in a really weird way. I think a lot of it is insecurities, if I'm honest, and they're just kind of taking it out on you, or people getting in their heads because they're not strong enough to form their own mental opinions upon things that are, but I personally have no need or intention to cross anyone or be disloyal to someone. It's just not me. It's never been me. I don't say anything behind anyone's back. I'm afraid to say in their face. I don't know why everyone else does that. I remember one time I heard someone say, everybody talks about everybody. And I couldn't disagree more. But I realized that's probably true for most. But I don't spend any of my day down talking other people. For what? Like, what do you get out of it? Other than some drama and some gossip. I'm trying to get better. You know how hard it is to get better?
Have you gotten in the closet yet?
I didn't, but I did put it on my schedule.
Okay.
I only haven't done it because my mom just left. Shout out to my mom.
Hey, Mom.
Nate got to meet my mom. They definitely hit it off. It was a lot of fun watching them get to know each other. My mom did a podcast with 2 of her friends in the studio. That was great. I was loving every moment of it until I heard my mother say, there's no like new I was okay never hearing my mother say that. I don't even like that word. That's not even a word I use. But I had a great time with my mom. It was fun. It was nice to always, it seems like no matter how old you get, when you go through tough times, you run back to your safe place. And for me, that's my mom. All right, before we get out of here, real quick plug for the Patreon page. If you are already a patronizer or a patroni, we appreciate you. Thank you for your support. And we are going to cut the bonus material now. 2 things that I would like to let y'all know that is about to happen on this week's Patreon episode. Number 1, we have to talk about this article that is floating around of me. Mm-hmm. You've seen it.
Which one?
The one you sent.
Oh, the one that you're missing.
There's a reason I didn't answer it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not happy about this article.
All right.
At all. I'm not even a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Also, I'm coming up with a new segment called Hot Seat. And I'm going to put Nate on the hot seat. She has not seen these questions. I have 3 questions I've come up with. And I'm also going to allow you to put me on the hot seat.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give the first question, okay, that I'm going to ask you, just give you an example of what this hot seat is going to feel like.
All right.
You don't answer it now.
Okay.
But you can be prepared to answer it next for the Patreon. You ready? Mm-hmm. The first question is, did you ever fake like anyone previously on the podcast? And I'll get Nate's answer. And then there's 4 more questions that we both are going to have to answer on the hot seat. And also, I'll get to this article and I'll dive a little deeper into how I'm feeling than I did here. But once again, I just want to thank y'all again for joining us on another week of In the Moment. I really sincerely appreciate you all. Thank you for continuing to support me through all these changes and throughout all these times over these last 7+ years of my life. It has been an amazing ride. It has been an amazing journey, and it is not stopping. It is going to continue to grow, get better, and catch some momentum. And I will leave y'all with this quote. The same God who brought you this far won't leave you now. You're engraved in the palm of his hand. And I sincerely believe that. I know God's brought me this far. He's got me. I know he didn't bring me this far to leave me. And I just want to say this to anyone who is out there feeling like you might be being controlled by fear. If you are in a situation where people are not appreciating you, where you are not being treated with the utmost respect and just joy, it could be a relationship, a job, a friendship, whatever it is, I encourage you to know your worth. Know your worth, know who you are, believe in yourself, trust your value, and go get everything that you truly deserve. Because if someone is not going to give you flowers, you don't need their imaginary bouquet. You go and create your own garden. From me to you, I love y'all. Next week, bitches.